Hello and welcome back to another Word with a Twist Tarot. And today we're going to do the Christ Conscious Oracle deck or consciousness. Anyway, I picked this up a while ago and I figured since the world's kind of dark right now, let's get some light into it. Now, again, you don't have to be religious or a Christian or anything like that. Again, I'm spiritual myself. Though I am spiritual, I still thought this would be kind of a cool deck to check out. So I picked it up and I believe I got it from Barnes& Noble and it's by Amanda Ellis. Who's the maker of this deck? Who's the maker? I don't even really know. But the price on the box is $29.99 right there, $29.99. And I already opened it. I haven't used it, but I opened it up. And as we open it up further, it's got a nice little pull string. It's a magnetic box as well, right? Has a nice little guidebook in it. As you can see right there, it's actually quite huge. Again, if this is your first time here, welcome for joining me. Welcome for joining me on another deck walkthrough. And for all my followers, thank you so much because without you, as I've always said, Word of Swiss Tarot just would not exist. Okay, so then here is the book that comes with it. And it says the first ever Christ consciousness deck dedicated to helping us model teachings that led us to become Christed beings ourselves. Okay, you can take that however you want. And then the book is pretty thick and detailed, nice pictures. They're in color, has some spreads as well, which is nice. Goes through what the cards mean and so forth. It's actually very well thought out. The number like miracles, manifest, and believe. And if that card is 24, which is it is, what's a 24? Well, the vibration of a 2 and a 4, so it has a vibration of choices, and they can bring stability, manifest and believe what you think, what you are. And the 24 then becomes a 6, which is harmony. Okay, you see how it works? So it's the two vibrations become the one, right? I don't want to show too much of the book, so I want to look at the cards instead up close. And then it tells you who was the author and the creator of this deck. So Jan Delaford Taylor was the artist, and the person who I guess was the author was Amanda Ellis. She's a spiritual teacher, writer, and healer. So that's pretty cool. All right. So that's the book that comes with it, nice and thick and looks very well informative. All right. Now the deck is right here. Like I said, I haven't opened it yet. I opened the box, but I haven't opened the actual cards. They have a nice little plastic thing on them. And they have it comes in a really nice box, as you can see. Nice and thick. Great keepsake for years to come. Hand down to your family members who also enjoy tarot oracle cards. Be a great little keepsake. And then we'll go ahead and get started just running through the cards. I never did an oracle deck review, so this is the first time, and thank you for sitting with me through it. I don't know how it's going to go, so we're going to find out. Okay, so that's the back of the cards there, as you can see. And the cardstock is nice. It's kind of a mattish finish. It's not real glossy, which is cool. I guess you do these in order, right? Okay, we'll start with the one. All right. Let's plastic off here. I'm going to drop the camera down also to get a little closer on the cards. There's quite a few of them. It's a pretty thick deck. So how do we compare this to a tarot deck? So I'll grab this deck I always use here on the channel most of the time. All right, so a tarot deck is a little taller, so the cards are about the same thickness, as you can see. But these cards are much wider, and they're almost about the same height, just a little bit off. Okay, turn it sideways, you can see the thickness. See that? Okay. And then the width of these cards compared to tarot, a standard tarot deck is, you see that? Much wider. Okay, now we're gonna look at the cards. Let me drop the camera down and go ahead and get started. And again, if this is your first time here, thank you so much. If this resonates or if you like these type of things, give it a like and subscribe so you can get more of these deck walkthroughs and insights as well into tarot and oracle readings. All right. Okay, we start with card number 1. Jesus, follow my lead. That's cool. All right. 2. The feminine way. What does that card say on the side? Sisterhood. Okay. The feminine way is sisterhood. Wisdom bringer. Earth school. 3. Well, what's 3? Creativity, creation, communication. What's wisdom? Communication. How do you bring wisdom? Through creativity. Number 3, Earth school. That's how you learn. Joseph is 4. That says fathering and responsibility. That's a foundation. That's a 4. 5, the Magi. Signs and divine timings. That's the Hierophant. That's the 5. That's about contention sometimes, but trying to find the way could be a little stressful. So I can see that. 6 would be harmony, which is Thomas, mind, trap, and doubt. So why would that be a 6? Don't know. Anyway, that's the card. Then we have 7, Peter, denial, and weakness. Well, 7s are about assessment, so he's assessing his decisions, so it's denial. 5. So in Kabbalah, there's 5 petals that protect the rose from what? The demonic thorns. So it's the 5, it's the hand. The hand is the 5. The 5 holds the cup. The 5 can hold the knife. So therefore, the 5 can bring life or death. That's the 5. And I asked a question in my Facebook group around that. I laid down all the cards that were 5 pointing to the Hierophant in the middle. Right here we have 7, but the 5 with the 5 fingers. And that's what I was kind of pointing to. I didn't explain it in the group. I was alluding to it. I just want to kind of see what others would say. And I was really interested in all the different renditions. And so if you want to belong to a group where we're going to share and learn together, check out my Facebook group. I'll drop it in the description below. But I share cards or share different patterns or spreads or whatever to kind of say, hey, what do you think about this? I don't give my opinion very often, or maybe when people will be done a day or two later, I'll then maybe give a little deeper meaning to what I think it means. But again, there's no right or wrong answer. So I encourage people in that channel to learn and grow in this practice of tarot and oracle because it does help us elevate to a higher spiritual plane. That's the beauty of this. So anyway, the 5, remember, it's the rose. And I'll write about this later. I'll add up. I'm doing a couple books as well. I have one out, a little study guide called The Colors of Tarot, which goes through the different colors and tones, what they mean in tarot or on cards, psychological aspects, as well as the aspects of the card, color of the card. And I'm working on one right now that's around questions to ask. I give about 4 spreads you can use to ask questions to help you further your practice and insights. And then I'm working on another guide on numerology. I'll be converting an article that I had written, but adding a lot more to it to really dive into numerology. Anyways, this is the 7. Then we're going to go to the 8, which is the Holy Spirit, and that's Christ consciousness right there, or God consciousness, or universal consciousness. That's an infinity symbol. And that says, work through me. Okay. The 9 is Jesus and Mary Magdalene, shared wisdom. You know, there's a whole story too about her. In the scriptures, they made her to be a woman of ill repute, but actually, that is not how it was originally written. It was hidden from us, the truth. And there's a book called, I think it's Magdalene Consciousness or something like that. I can't remember the name of the book, but I'll get it in the next video when I share this other deck I have, kind of in the spiritual realm. And I would definitely recommend reading that book. It's interesting and enlightening. It's written by an Italian author, and she really gives some interesting thoughts and foresights into Mary Magdalene. Okay, 10, the garden. Receive and heal. And you have the moon there, right? So that's your subconscious mind. So, how do you heal in a garden? Well, you reflect, you contemplate, and then you manifest your reality. Okay. Next, we have the 11, Judas. Ooh, that's cool. The 11, a master number, catalyst, and soul contract. The coins, the 3 crosses. It's interesting how you have the 11, which is decisions, right? Master. Well, the 11 is more than that, but I'm going to add them together. So it's a 2, which is your decisions, and you have the 3. 2 and 3 is a 5. So the communication with the 2 is a struggle. He made a bad decision for pieces of gold or silver. Always study cards and look at everything. See the red in his hand? Well, the red is what? It's your passion, your emotion. So red is blood or red is violence. Blue is emotional, orange is a warning. So it's kind of like the card saying, like, be careful on what you think because the action in your hand can really drive emotions in the wrong path. That's why the orange is much bigger than the blue. You see that? Love the way they did that. Okay, the 12 is temptation, moral compass. The 1 and 2 vibration. 1 is potential possibility. So from what you speak, you manifest, you create. And 2, the decisions create that communication. So it could be foul, it could be good, depending on you and how you lay out that thing in which you are creating. Okay, 13 is all around forgiveness. Step, what does it say? No, step sets you free. 13. Okay, 14 is grace, blessings, and goodwill. That's wild. That's the exact card backing as the front. And it's a bumble. Is that a bumblebee? Let's take a peek. I think it is. A bee on a flower, pollination, giving life. Without the bee, we have no life. We have nothing but death. So the bees bring blessings and goodwill because it gives us life with this honey. Pollination spreads. Okay, 15, the heart. What would love do? See, the heart is flowing with water. That reminds me of the Ace of Cups a little bit. And it's very emotional. So, what would love do? It depends on how the other person treats you or you treat them. The 1 and the 5, the potential. The 5 is contention, strife. Together is 6, harmony. So, depending on what you do, you can bring harmony or hell. So, that's what love would do. It all depends on you. Okay. Then we have the 16. What does that word say? No judgment, reflection, and projection. It's interesting. The 1 and the 6. These are really cool cards. 17, love thy neighbor, being of service. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Yeah, this is actually a pretty awesome deck. 18, fellowship, sharing, and coming together. Sharing and coming together. 18, 9, attainment. 19, prayer, contemplation, and connection. Interesting as an airplane. That's wild. 20, the Ankh, key to life. All right, it's 20. 21, let's say, Gethsemane, darkest hour, strength arrives. Isn't that the truth? 21, see the sword right there as well? It's laying there. 22, pilgrimage, onward steps, up and beyond to higher consciousness, onward steps. Okay, 23, relieving sufferings, move beyond pain. Move beyond pain. 23. I'm just curious, what does that card represent to 23? It says that you're asked to examine what you have been carrying, maybe alone, okay, that has become so heavy it weighs you down. 23. That's a 5. Like the cross on Jesus' back is causing pressure, stress, and discomfort, creating no peace of mind or ability to fully cope. You may have considerable baggage, an unhealed trauma, or pent up rage or sadness. It may have been a long road you have walked, fraught with effort, hard work, and pain, or a shorter experience. But either way, your energy levels may be low, depleted, and needing a period of rest. Considerable Responsibilities and duties, whether from a job, your family, or just modern day life, may be factors. Health may also be highlighted, whether physical, mental, or spiritual. A period of struggle you have gone through can certainly be indicated via this card. Okay. Let's see anything else on this. I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but at the end it says your story does not move here. As we kind of go through this here, it talks about God's presence and so forth. So we're going to skip down through that. And it says your story does not end here, it moves on. And all that you have learned will be invaluable wisdom to share. Isn't that true? It's through your trials and tribulations where you actually have the wisdom to carry on and move to the next vibration of life. Because if you didn't have those things that hurt or blocked you, then what would happen? You'd be in the same space. You can never grow to the next level of life, right? So it's actually really important to relieve the suffering and move beyond pain. That's interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm digging that. Then we're going to go to 24 miracles. Manifest and believe. What you are is what you believe. What you think is what you create. Remember, the things were spoken into existence. They weren't created by voodoo. They were created by the words spoken. And that's a very powerful concept because when you understand that, you're going to realize that everything you say actually becomes your reality. So if you ever sit there and say, for example, I hate my life, well, your life will be horrible. If you say, I love my life, your life will be amazing. And so that's the whole thing about the power of the subconscious mind. And the scary part about the subconscious mind is that it doesn't understand that you're joking. So when you actually say something, it takes it as reality. So if you say, my life sucks, or I'm poor, or I'm broke, or life is hell, well, guess what you just done to yourself? You're going to make your reality horrible, destitute, and a hell. Versus if you manifest and say, my life is amazing, things are wonderful, then guess what? Your life will become amazing and wonderful and prosperous because what you say becomes reality. And let me tell you something, it is so true. I'll tell a little story in the future here where I had something going on with my health for about a year. And I was going to the doctors and stuff like that, and they were prescribing things, and nothing was really working. I finally got to the point where I started manifesting every day throughout the day that I envisioned this thing gone and everything healed. And guess what? Within a month, I think it was about a month, it healed. I went to the doctor and they go, yep, it's completely healed. So by you actually believing it works, you can manifest your reality if you believe. Okay, you get that? Manifest and believe. You basically believe it's already occurred. You don't sit there and say, "Oh, please heal me." No, that's not going to do anything. You say to yourself, "I'm healed." You tell your subconscious mind, "You you've created me. You have the power to heal me through divine intervention, and I thank you. Thank you for the healing you have done. Thank you for restoring whatever it may be that you are lacking." And let me tell you something. It works because I seen it firsthand with me. All right. 25 is new vintage. Be open minded. New vintage. Okay, interesting. 26 is purity. Return to innocence. I like that. 27, unity, coexist, and tolerance. Good Lord, don't we need a lot of that in this world these days? We need a lot of unity and tolerance, isn't that for sure? 28 is faith. Find holiness within. 29, the Holy Grail. Holy Grail, sacred union. Reminds me of the Lover's card. It's nice. Okay. 30, gratitude, appreciation, and thanks. Also, to go through these cards, do you enjoy when I sit there and kind of like give my little commentary? You just want me just to jam through the deck. I thought that by kind of speaking on different things and sharing, it made it a little bit more fun than just kind of ripping through cards, right? Anybody can do that. So, anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. If you enjoy the way I share these deck reviews, I would love to hear it. I really would. So, that's 30 is gratitude. 31 is stand up, steadfast vision. Yep, be the difference. Stand up. 32, the open door, Christ within you. Isn't that true? 33, master number is the teacher, and 33 is a teacher, a master teacher. Walk the talk. What does that mean? Well, I'm not going to look at the book. We're going to go through it from a numerology perspective here. So 33, if you reduce it, you have a six, which is harmony, right? And so the 33 is the master teacher. It's really associated with spiritual principles and compassion, right? It also has to do around that you care for the people, and as you teach, as you see here, that shows that you love what you do and you really care about raising somebody up to the next level of vibration. It also shows selflessness, which is why I believe they show a picture of what they consider Jesus in this card, holding the bird and the teaching the boy and so forth. And also, like I said earlier, about spiritual principles. It's a very deep and interesting number. And so when you see 33, remember master teacher. So when you see like a three in tarot, that's like you're kind of working together, your craft, you're doing your thing. But when you have the 33, it like doubles that vibration. And then it goes back to the six, which it brings harmony. Well, it brings harmony to what you're teaching. It could be good or bad, but again, that's not the point. The point is it's teaching 33 harmony. Whether it's good or bad, that's not I'm not going to decide that. All right. Then we go to 34 is humbleness, modesty, and humility. 35, enlightenment, continue to grow. Continue to grow. That's the message I have for tape, everybody, is this, continue to grow in these times. Don't get caught up in all the propaganda and nonsense. Just continue to grow. Look beyond it. 36 is tethered and caged. 36, you need to break free to get to the 9, attainment. Release the soul from hell. 37, Joseph of Arimathea. Trailblaze and innovate. What it says? Yep, trailblaze and innovate. Okay. It's like Aaron's wand with the buttons on it. 38 is freedom. Just be you. Ain't that the truth? 39, spiritual protection. Armor of God. Armor of the divine. I love that card. That's a really cool card. 40, I love that one too. Stability. Living from the heart. Living from the heart. Soften and open. That's how you bring stability into your life, is by not being so hard, right? When you're hard at what happens, you have contention, strife, struggle, trial, tribulations, anger, hatred, etc., etc. But when you can soften that heart and lessen that load, it opens up like a flower and just blossoms, and things start turning really well for you. 40. 41. Faith over fear. You can cope. You can cope. 42. Gentleness. Respond softly. That's precious. Yep. Holding life gently. 42. Harmony. 4, vibration, stability, family. 2, decisions. You choose to do the right thing. It brings peace and blessings to your life. 43, discernment. Truth and clarity. Take off the blindfold. Okay. 44. Go on that number later. Mary, mothering and nurture. Mothering and nurture. 45 is Paul, awakening and transformation. 46, lion-hearted, stand firm. Yep, the lion, a 10. That means you complete it. Now you're going to go back and repeat the cycle, but you're going to repeat it better because you grew and you learned from the past, right? You now can move to the next level. That's a good one. 47, night vigil, prepare and get ready. Okay. 11, which is a 2. Prepare by clearing the mind and getting the right decisions in place in order to do the right thing. A knight protects life. 48, spiritual practice, structure, and fortune. I need the magician card. things on the table, everything there for you. Crystals, they cleanse, oils, they cleanse, the rose, the candle, the feathers. That's a pretty deep card. You have to really study it. All right. 49 is peace, calm center, calm mind, peace, your zen. It's the star. That's interesting. 55, sacred sexuality. Well, that's interesting. Healing and connection. Because from the trials in life, you have peace and healing. That's an interesting card. 51, abundance. Enjoy life fully. Amen to that. I like that. 52, song. Celebrate and express yourself. Song. You know, 5 also, not in tarot, but in numerology, has the meaning of also freedom. You know, so it's kind of like you can break free from the things around you. And with the 2 vibration, it's around the decisions that you make. You know, the choices that you choose to do can bring that freedom to you, which then gives you the 7, which is your assessment and your rest. You know, allows you to kind of like get away from life's trials and tribulations and really assess things in a peaceful way because you're now free because your mind is clear, getting back into nature, the 52. You follow me? So fives don't always mean hardship, but in tarot they usually mean struggles of some times or strife of some kind, you know. 53, holy anger. See the how do you get away from anger? You have to free yourself with the 5 vibration. You free yourself through the communication with your inner self, the 3, which brings you the 8 to that consciousness to realize everything is going to be okay and that you can be the change. That's why I think it says be the change in holy anger. They're really using numerology, not so much based off of the tarot meanings, but off of numerology itself. And by the way, you know, I would really recommend when you do your readings, use numerology because when you look at the cards laid out, I'm telling you, man, 9 times out of actually no, 10 out of 10, when I do a spread or reading for somebody, I will do the reading and without knowing the numbers on the cards first, I pull the cards, flip them over. I'm not even thinking about the numbers. And I say, this is the overall theme. This is the vibe. This is, you know, what you should do. And when I add those numbers every time, it's spot on. The numbers, the numerology actually, for whatever reason, adds. And then I even will pull the Norman cards, which you see me do. And those numbers also coincide with the tarot cards, the meaning and all. So there is a lot at work here, a lot of good stuff at work here to really help you elevate and get deep insights into the things that bother you the most, you know, or the things that you want to know, how to better yourself, how to enhance yourself, how to become a better version of you. It's all in the numbers with the cards. They just help clarify that. You know, some people may speak in tongues. I speak in tarot and numerology. This is what I do, you know. Some people may do whatever, you know, use oils or whatever. I use tarot and oracle cards. That's my thing. That's my connection to the divine. And you know what? It works. 53. Then we go to 54 is children cherish and enter their world. The butterflies, that's all transformation. So the child will transform if they're free of their mind, free of all the shenanigans, because the 4 is stability, right? So when they have a free mind, not caught up in adult things, whether it be whatever's poisoning them, TV, video games, whatever, you name it, let kids be kids, then they become stable adults. Or you could poison them, the 5, with stressful things, so then they have a not a good foundation as adults, right? So let kids be kids in this world. Stop pushing agendas on our children. It's disgusting. So the transformation of the butterfly. Love that. 55 is resurrection. The 5 and the 5 is a 10, a complete cycle going back to the 1, new possibilities. Embrace new life. Didn't I just say that? See how the numbers work? All right, and that's green, grounded to earth with the light, white light. Okay. So if you enjoyed this deck walkthrough, I want to hear your comments below. I also want to thank you for joining me today on this walkthrough of the deck Christ Consciousness. And again, I will drop a link for you below. If you get it from Amazon, I'll get a few pennies or whatever. But I always say I recommend people buying stuff from Barnes and Noble because it seems like they just package it better. Now, Amazon always does return things if it comes damaged, but just I don't want to deal with the headache. I want the stuff to come. I want to look at it. I want to use it. I don't want to have to return it. That's just me. So, anyway, thank you all again. I hope every one of you have a blessed week. And until next time, take care. And I'll see you all in the next video. Okay. Bye bye, everyone.